the whole operation takes place here at the tarmac, where you can see the aircraft taking its position, and also the trucks with all the medical supplies. We can see these trucks lined up accordingly, and now the loading of these aircrafts will start. Meanwhile, the whole system is in place. You can see the personnel who have been deployed for the purpose are also lined up at this tarmac region, where they will be loading the aircrafts, and it has already been decided where all these aircrafts will be flying to. Today, the drill which we are seeing, these aircrafts are moving to Raipur, Karnataka, Kerala with all the necessary medical aid. There are the oxygen generator plants, oxygen cylinders, and also medicines along with ventilators. Republic has been getting you ground reports on the COVID pandemic and how Indian forces are contributing to this battle. And I have with me Air Commodore A.K. Wahi, who is supervising the COVID-AIDS Support Management Cell at the Palam Airport, where Indian Air Force has been doing round-the-clock Herculean task of ferrying domestic and international ferries of medical supplies. Let's talk to Wahi, sir. Sir, a very warm welcome on Republic. Thanks for being here. I would like to ask you, how important is this task and what is this cell managing?
Yeah, this COVID Air Support Management Cell, Shivani, has been set up basically to ensure that all the aid which is coming from the friendly foreign countries are distributed pan-India at the minimum time which is available to us. You will like to understand that the load is coming by ships, load is coming by the aircraft. As it lands at different bases, we lift it up and put across to pan-India wherever this load has to be distributed.
So we see a number of aircrafts. May I know how many aircrafts and which all aircrafts are deployed in this mission?
We have close to 42 aircrafts deployed, both heavy lift and medium lift aircraft. What you can see here is a AN-32 medium lift aircraft deployed, which is going to carry load for Maharashtra and Ahmedabad. Load is of different kind. We could be taking oxygen concentrators to ventilators to oxygen cylinders. Also, we have airlifted air plants, oxygen plants, which have to be deployed at various states. So this is one particular aircraft which is getting loaded, and it will move. And I estimate that next 4 hours to 5 hours, the equipment which is going will be available with the patient as it deploys there.
So the priority is to cut short the time and make this available in the minimum time. What is being loaded, sir, if we can know?
This will be the medicines which are going. We are shifting, like I told you, a lot of concentrators. Testing kits are going, and also we are sending oxygen cylinders. This is a load of medicines which is being shifted to Maharashtra. As you can see, this is marked here. And this is all coming to us from the airport side, which is the cargo terminal. And HLL, Hindustan Latex Limited, is sending the load to us, which we are going to airlift and subsequently send it across.
Sir, we also see that the flights are quite long. Non-stop flying is happening. And we know that over 700 domestic sorties have already taken place. So is the whole force working round the clock?
The cell which we are managing, that is the COVID Air Support Management Cell, is operational 24/7 from 27th of April at 2000 hours. We have resources available, both in terms of equipment and manpower, so that we can position and move the load at real time.
Can we get inside the aircraft and see how the whole load is being placed inside this AN-32, which is moving to Maharashtra with all the medical supplies? So here we see a number of personnel from the Indian Air Force who've been working continuously. And sir, we know that around 42 aircrafts are there. So how many ferries take place each day, or is there a schedule for them?
Yeah, the scheduling happens a day prior when we come to know what is the load which is likely to go to different parts of the country. As of this day, we are deploying 12 aircraft to take load from northeast to south to the western part of the country. And as of now, with the COVID Air Support Management Cell, we have done close to 420 sorties of different heavy lift and medium lift aircraft and deployed close to 200 tons of load.
How do you communicate with the other agencies involved in the tasks?
Yeah. Agencies, this is coordinated by the resident commissioner who is available. So I'll just explain you how the load comes to us. Once it is decided that Indian Air Force is going to shift the load, it is deployed, it comes to us. We coordinate with the resident commissioners and also the various state authorities which are available at the airport. Once we land, they are intimated of the timing we are arriving. They prepare, they are ready with their manpower and also the vehicles to make sure that the load is offloaded and deployed at the minimum time. What I want to highlight here is it's a total of nations up approach. Every department of the country is working to ensure that the load is deployed seamlessly without any delay. And it is happening. So it's a full deployment of resources pan-India.
India stands together and battles the COVID pandemic, and Indian Air Force is round the clock contributing to the battle. And we have with us Chief Operations Officer, Group Captain Saurabh Singh, who will tell us how the Indian Air Force's pilots are doing this Herculean task. Sir, a very warm welcome on Republic. I would like to know first about this aircraft and where all it has been going to take the medical supplies.
This is the C-130J aircraft. It's called the Super Hercules. And it's a very versatile platform, one of the newest acquisitions of the Air Force. It has phenomenal range and it can fly for as much as 13 to 14 hours, also non-stop if required. So this is the one platform that's being used dual purpose. Not only are the aircrafts going abroad and picking up supplies from there, we also have heavy category aircraft. That's the Hercules and the IL-76. If they are getting in supplies from abroad, then we are also transferring that to various parts of the country. So this aircraft actually is once again proved itself to be extremely versatile in that regard.
So this is totally a different role this time the Indian Air Force is playing in the time of pandemic. We've seen you, how you are prepared for the battlefield. But now, at the time of pandemic, how prepared are you, or how you are getting, you are sanitizing the goods you are bringing or supplying? Is that also a task?
The sanitization and yes, the safety of the personnel by itself is a challenge too. But we've learned over the past 1 year. So there are various safety measures and safeguards that we've got in place. Amongst other things, everybody who boards the aircraft as a passenger mandatorily has to be verified by a physician. Only then that they can enter. For armed forces personnel, they mandatorily have to be vaccinated. So we do a thorough documentation check. There's a screening that's carried out just before boarding. The equipment, again, gets sanitized before it comes on. If you look into the front portion of the aircraft, you'll see a little bit of a polythene bag or sheet. With that, what we've also tried to ensure is that there is no mingling whatsoever with the people who are flying the aircraft and the passengers that are traveling with us. So we're maintaining all the protocol that is required to make sure that the aircrews continue to stay absolutely safe.
So the ramp is open now and this aircraft is ready for loading the medical supplies that it will take to its next destination on the mission. Sir, these aircrafts are also going to foreign nations. You have, which all nations have these C-130s?
I personally haven't flown to any of them, but to give you an example, just yesterday and day before, 4 of our aircrafts have gone down to Singapore and brought in supply. What is the key point also to remember there is the quantum of flying that is involved. Now they are flying practically non-stop, 6 hours one way, 6 hours back, spending time only on ground as much as required to unload those supplies. And we understand that time is a criticality out here. So we're not spending any time on ground. The pilots are actually taking the absolute limits as far as what is permitted, and we're even carrying extra crew on board. In that regard, for example, I am also the Chief Operations Officer of a different base, Yelahanka, which is a training base down in south. But I have specifically been augmented to this fleet to make sure that these operations run non-stop 24/7.
So the priority is to reach in no time or cutting the time to as much as you can. Another question which I have is the team of people I can see here, how they are contributing and what is the role?
The ground crew and the load master, they are very key pivotal players in the entire scheme of things. See, when we talk about quantum of flying, like I just mentioned, a 12-hour trip to Singapore, we are only talking about the time from wheels up to down. Loading of all those equipment in a safe manner in the aircraft is also an essential activity. The aircraft is also maintained on the go. Normally, it's only the aircrew who fly in an aircraft. Just to make sure that we reduce the amount of time for the aircraft on ground, we are carrying a full contingent, wherein they do the servicing of the aircraft on ground, make sure it is available to us in the least possible time. And these are the people who are the frontliners. In the sense, they are the ones who are interacting with the other personnel as well. So it goes on without having to emphasize further that they are the ones who have to be the most, they take the most precautions in the entire thing.
So another question which I have is that we know that we are on a red alert in the coastal states, be it Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and you've been flying to all those places. So is that factor also under consideration? You have to reach there before the cyclone?
Yes, the weather does play a part, and not only in the south, even in the eastern side of the country when we just flew. This is the pre-monsoon season and you have a lot of thunderstorms around. So yes, we have to be very professional in our approach in that regard. And maybe once in a while, when the weather really is extremely adverse, we do take a call of holding on ground for a while before setting course.
The Indian Air Force has been deployed pan-India and also abroad in the mission of India against the COVID-19 pandemic. And I have with me the spokesperson of the Indian Air Force, Wing Commander Ashish Moge, to tell us more about the endeavor of the Indian Air Force. Sir, a very warm welcome on Republic.
Thank you.
I would like to know about the whole mission. How many aircrafts are deployed and how many sorties have already been done?
Well, the Indian Air Force is flying relentlessly towards COVID relief operations. Towards this, the Air Force has employed 42 transport aircraft, and wherever the requirement arises, the Air Force also deploys its helicopter fleet to mitigate all tasks. As far as number of sorties are concerned, the Air Force has flown more than 900 sorties towards this mission, and it has flown more than 1,750 hours towards relief.
Sir, if I talk about the medical supplies, what all equipments are being transported by the Indian Air Force from abroad and within the country?
They are mostly medical supplies, oxygen generators, and oxygen tankers have been moved to a large extent. These are mostly the supplies that we are concentrating on.
Sir, how many pilots, if I may ask you, or how many people are in general deployed round the clock for this mission?
The Air Force is, as I said, deploying 42 aircraft for, and towards this the Air Force has sufficient number of pilots to fly these missions. And the Air Force has also augmented its pilots from other places where they were employed in non-flying duties to fly these missions. As of now, we can undertake all the tasks which the Government of India has been giving us, and we will continue to do so in the future.
Sir, we also have an alert on the cyclone and the coastal states. Is the Indian Air Force also alerted accordingly, and is it also helping people in those states?
Of course, flying activity involves a lot of inputs from meteorology, and the Air Force relies on meteorology to a lot of extent to its planning. And we are aware of the cyclone warning, which is in the Arabian Sea, and accordingly we have cautioned our crew, which is flying in these areas. And the concentration right now is for a maximum number of supplies to be dropped in these places, so that there is no requirement when the cyclone actually hits.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So the priority of the Indian Air Force is making these supplies available in the shortest time span, and especially those states which have been alerted for the cyclone are being supplied with these medical equipment on a priority basis. And the Indian Air Force is contributing in this war against the pandemic non-stop by flying non-stop. And this mission shall really bring India to a big victory against the pandemic. With Vijay Mahendra Singh Parmar, Shivani Sharma reporting for Republic from New Delhi.